Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some multiplayer racing. For this one, we are racing B-class cars. However, they have to be two-wheel drive, either front or rear-wheel drive, and they were not allowed slicks. They're not allowed race tyres, which, let's face it, pretty much 95% of everything I've built on this game has had slicks, because it is the fastest way to go. I don't think Ewan could see brazen there, because that Z3 got spun around like a toy. So, yes, none of these cars were allowed to run on slick tyres, which means building stuff has gone a completely different route. I have gone for a Tirana. The reason being, A, it was one of the few cars I had leveled up ready to go that I hadn't used yet. B, it was likely to be quite good. It's quite fast down the straight. Despite me having gone to great lengths to try and get this to handle better, it is still more of an acceleration, straight line speed car. We are going to get boxed in. I wanted to take a dive on Ewan, but couldn't because Scotty's NSX was in the way. Wally's at the front already. I don't think we're catching them. So we're at Yaz. This is one of the slightly more unusual layouts of Yaz. This is the North Corkscrew. I actually thought this was a different layout to the one that it is. I thought it was the layout that the V8 supercars used to race around, but it isn't. It's actually shorter than that. So, yeah, slightly confused me, but anyway. My car will work in places. This is maybe not the strongest circuit for the Tirana, but it shouldn't be too bad here. The build on this car is weird and compromised. Essentially, to make it work, I don't have max width tyres. I have got sport tyres, the best tyres available. But to make it work, I've had to add a bunch of ballast because I wanted the 6.2 V8, which I have got. But I wanted a roll cage and suspension and brakes, which, again, I have got, but to get it, I had to ballast up the vehicle, so it's actually a little bit heavy as far as a Tirana goes. We are going to cross over Scotty's NSX if I can get the power down here. I say it hasn't got max tyre widths, and it hasn't. There's still 285s on the rear, which are pretty big. So it's still got plenty of traction with its 415 horsepower, and we are one of the faster cars in a straight line, it would seem. We are going to have a difficult time around the outside at turn 1 here, especially because the curbs at Yaz are dangerous, but we have just got the grunt in this car. It is immensely fast accelerating. I mean, it's just shy of 3,000 pounds, so it's not heavy, but Tirana's traditionally much lighter. However, yeah, I wanted the roll cage. Just having real issues with the handling. I mean, as far as I've got Forza Aero on the car, I've actually cranked the Aero up to maximum. Had to do it to try and get some grip in this thing, because without the slick tyres, these cars struggle to turn. We are pulling away from a very busy group of cars here. Can we chase down Longbow? Longbow is in a Celica. I absolutely adore that Celica. It's such a lovely car. Oh dear. Especially real life ones as well, of course. Seen a few at shows. Oh, I'm immensely jealous of those that can own them. Oh, the Longbow found the curb. You see what I mean? The curbs are just so dangerous. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to go near them. My car, to try and get it to stop being quite wallowy, it's very stiff. And there's a problem with that, in that if I run over these curbs, it just wants to kill me. By the looks of it, Longbow's car is quite similar to mine, so yeah, we are going to have to stay off the curbs a little bit if we can. Danger Man's Esprit is behind us. That thing does seem pretty fast, but it can't match us in a straight line. So basically, if Danger Man does catch us, let's say, Danger Man is going to be very frustrated in the corners, and then we'll get to a straight and I'll run away. And then Danger Man will go back to being stuck behind me. Don't end up in the back of the Toyota. That was very, very close. But we have made it. We have got stopped in time. We didn't bump the Longbow. Been good around the final corner. We are. It's actually brightening up here. I was doing a night race because, well, it's got to be done. But it's actually now gone to daylight, which... Did I accidentally set the time of day moving forward too quickly? I don't know, but okay, well, it's going daylight and it's foggy. Oh god, the fog's really set. What is going on with the visibility here? Well, suddenly we can't see anything. Can somebody put the lights back on again? What has gone on here? Have we ended up in Silent Hill? I think we have. Actually turned in. I went to go duck underneath Longbow. I won't go for an overtake there because I went miles off the track completely by accident. Yeah, I don't know what on earth happened there. What on earth is going on? I was too distracted joking about the lighting conditions and wasn't paying attention to the driving. So Longbow Celica's got about as much acceleration as me, so that thing's damn quick in a straight line. Ollie's car is fast. I'm not actually going for an overtake here. It was more to see if I could unsettle Longbow, but we couldn't quite do anything there. We are going to be a little bit janky through there. Well, my hope is I'll be a little bit janky through there, but I'm trying to be good through the final corner. But we're not really quite far. It's not been a great lap. It's not been a great lap from either of us, to be fair. Where on earth am I braking into turn 1? All my braking points are gone. I can't see much with this fog. I am starting to be more aggressive on the curbs as I'm looking for ways to find some lap time, which is a problem with a car. When I said the curbs are very dangerous around here. So, yeah, we've got to be quite careful around here. Danger Man is caught. Now they are free of the pack, and now me and Longbow are starting to fight a little bit. But Danger Man will catch this group and then just get stuck, I think, with the lack of straight line speed that Esprit has got. We're actually on for a better lap here, yeah, because we could pull all the way down here, and then Danger Man's got to work the whole lap to catch back up to the bumpers. Right, we're braking 150 board to make sure we get stopped down here. I'm trying. Whoa, big slide for me, big slide for the Toyota. I'm out of position around the final corner. That's slightly throwing me. That's just put me out of where I wanted to be through all of that. Very much, if I can get a rhythm with this car, it's not too bad. If I fall out of the rhythm, it's a bit of a pain. And now we are going to start having to deal with that Lotus behind us, which I don't really want to have to deal with it. I want to focus on the fight with the Toyota, but I'm not going to get a choice in the matter. We are all catching, I think it's an RX-7 up ahead, but I can't really tell you. We are starting to catch that and something else, but yeah, can't really see in the fog. It's really bad. Brazen has recovered remarkably well. That Z3 is obviously very fast to have got up to have recovered that well through the pack after pointing backwards at turn number 1. We are going on the brakes. Don't know. I mean, they may be able to have a dive crash. They are having their own fight. So what are the downside of the corner like that? The line I take is perfectly fine through there, but what it does mean, I'm going on the curbs. If I'm going on the curbs, I'm actually... So I could hold my car on the circuit more than that, but because the curbs are so difficult to navigate, I'd actually rather drive over them fully, because if I sit on the curb, I actually risk spinning the car. The curbs are very, very bumpy. So, yeah, it's slightly safer to actually throw the car over them than it is to actually sit on them. I'm hoping that's something that's going to be changed about this circuit, because it's really bad. Now, where is that Z3 going to be strong? It is a very, very good question. Where is it going to start making some lap time on us? I'm going to guess similar places. Can I outrun it down a straight? That's the... Not really. So the Z3 handles better than us and is about the same speed as us down the straight. Don't think Brazen is quite close enough to have a look. We'll get right there. Oh, we got a little help wide. Oh, come on, front end, turn in, please. Now, we've got one more lap to try and hold that car off, if we can. One more lap to go. Longbow's found some pace up ahead, so I don't think we're going to be catching the Celica. We are a little bit... I mean, I knew I had to be brave under brakes into turn 1. We're a little bit wide of the apex, though. That is the problem. This weather condition is not at all what we bargained for. Z3 is looking and looking and looking, and it's just got too much grip for me to deal with. We will fight, but we are going to be on the wrong side down the bottom here. We'll be on the right side here. Danger Man has arrived to give us a little helping bump. Can we... See, the thing I don't want to do is try and fight Brazen off and then lose out to Danger Man as well. We want to try and outbrake BMW down the bottom here. I know it's good under brakes, probably better than we are, but now Danger Man is helping me wide as well. Come on, Holden, get the power down. It's going to be around the outside at the final corner. I think Brace has got a little bit pinched on the inside. Danger Man very much helped me through that corner. At times, we held on to 6th. It was only just, mind you. Had no answer for the Valiant, the rear-wheel drive Evo. I mean, we weren't that far away from the Escort. We weren't that far away from the RX-7. I mean, we were there or thereabouts, to be honest. The Z3 was very quick, as was Corrupt's MR2. I'm going to guess started further down. Struggled to make their way forward. But yeah, I mean, it was a good race. It was a fun battle over 6th. Once Longbow figured out how to get speed out of that Celica, I just couldn't quite live with it. But, yeah, solid start. Enjoyed the race. Yeah, I'm certainly not displeased with that one, even if the weather went silly. I don't know how it went on there. Not what is supposed to happen. For our next race, we have a lovely spot on the grid. That is what I like to see. Is this pole? It is pole. We have come to Kyalami. I mean, this is great news for me because my car is an acceleration box and it is off. And it is underway, as is, by the looks of it, Rusky's Charger, and is also shooting down towards the first corner. So, yeah, it's Kyalami. It's in the wet. It's not very wet, though. This is the drizzle. It's like the lightest rain condition. If we were running slicks, you could get away with running slick tyres. In this, you will be faster with the slicks than you would be with the full wets. So, yeah. These aren't particularly... It's not too slippy. My vehicle... I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that's going to let me down is the grip, or lack of grip, really, with the Tirana. It isn't great in the corners. Now, what might help me is Kyalami is not going to be the easiest place for cars to overtake. What we can do, hopefully, is carry good speed in some places and then make the most with the acceleration where we can. That is the hope. And my goal will potentially be to have, like the Charger and so on, be awkward for fast cars to pass. My best bet is to build as big a gap as I can. I don't know whether I'm actually going to be faster than this Lamborghini, but yeah, we can hopefully make it awkward for the Lambo to try and get past. It's going to have to go around the outside here, and then, of course, once we can get on the power, our traction's not bad, so I'm hoping we can just outrun the Lambo down here. Now, the Miura will potentially have a better ultimate top speed. My top speed isn't great. I've got a ton of aero shoved on this car to try and make it turn. However, it's the acceleration. I say the 0 to 60, we don't really use that so much because we're not going to be at 0 very often. But yeah, it's the sort of 50 to 100 where we are super strong. Rusky is starting to build a little bit of a train, which is actually what we wanted. To see if we can see Rusky, if we can see a good Rusky train going on, that will help me out. And then, yeah, we've just got to keep the Miura behind for 6 laps. That's fine. What could possibly go wrong with me having to defend for 6 laps without making a single mistake in the slightly damp conditions here at Kyalami in a vehicle that I say doesn't turn. It really isn't too bad. A considerable amount of work went into trying to get this to turn. I am by no means the best tuner either. I have no doubt someone who knows what they're doing could make this car way faster than I have made it. But it will do for me. The Lamborghini is harassing at the moment. The Lamborghini's, it's looking, but it's having a difficult time. Because every time we get to an acceleration zone, I can just get far enough away that we can annoy it. That's a very difficult corner to overtake if you're going to try and find a way past there. One thing I've got to try and do, and it's very difficult, is to not go too defensive all the time. Right? I can't afford to just defend because that will allow a lot of cars to catch up. Where I'm probably most vulnerable is at the top of this corner. Because the Lambo's going to be able to get on the power up the hill a little bit earlier than I am. So this is where we are going to potentially be vulnerable. We were last lap around. The Lamborghini's going to look, and it's going to be essentially a carbon copy of the previous lap. We can straighten up the Holden, get it off the corner, and we will lead the way. Rusky's continuing to hold up air oil back there. I think they're in a very old Ferrari, which is very light. This is the other place where I'm potentially vulnerable. Oh, yeah, if I am vulnerable if I do that. We've gone very wide down there. We will get on the power, but the Lambo cut back and did not carry enough momentum on the exit of that corner. This turns flat when you've got slicks, and in the dry, It's not flat anymore. Although the Miura is definitely quicker through there. However, we will once again continue to irritate a Lamborghini. And we are off the final corner with the lead. The thing the Lambo's got to be careful of, if the Lambo gets past us, which is certainly possible, every straight I'm going to have slipstream, which is going to make me even faster down here than that Miura. We are a little early on the brakes into turn 1. The Lambo could not quite take advantage of it. I mean, I am just parking the car on the apex because I know I can't quite carry the corner speed, so I'm doing everything I can to defend. Don't need to defend up here. The Lambo was too far back. He lost a little bit of time bumping off me in turn 1. Is not close enough to have a dive. And again, we will accelerate down here. Rusty's got a little bit closer as we are fighting. Yeah, the thing that's not helping me lap time wise is we are fighting for position, so I am having to defend in some corners, and you know that puts me out of position, slows my lap time down. Again, I have to defend through here. We'll put the car on the apex. The Lamborghini it's exactly a carbon copy of the lap before. We know how difficult it is to pass down here. The Lambo's all over the curbs. Oh, I got a little bit of a twitch. I can't again, I am not intentionally blocking the Lambo as such through there. I get a twitch mid-corner, and there's nothing that I can do about that one. The Lambo will once again be sent the long way round. Here, I'm not worried about that pass there. I don't think the Lambo is going to be able to simply go around the outside of me on that corner. We struggle for grip, but we're not that fast. Where I am very worried is here. This is the corner that I think is the most dangerous for me. We will send the Lamborghini the long way round. That time around I got it stopped and I was neat and tidy. I knew I couldn't afford, twice in a row I'd been quite wide through that corner, and I could not afford to do it again, because at some point Speed Slap there is going to figure out how to pass me. That's probably where I'm weakest, and that is where we are most vulnerable. We've got a breakaway at the front, which makes me think, oh, I pressed gear up and nothing happened. I'm very, very lucky. I might lose a place because I thought I pressed gear up and it just didn't change up a gear. That might be all the Miura needs to get past. So they've gone very deep into turn 1. They were not able to profit from that at all. I thought I upshifted and wondered why on earth was it suddenly buzzing off the limiter. I thought I'd broken something there, but nope. No, it didn't register the upshift. That's very lucky. That could have been a lot worse. We could have been punished for that one. We weren't, thankfully. This corner, I'm lucky that this corner here, the braking zone is very small. You kind of roll in with quite a lot of speed. There's not really enough space for the Lambo to have a look. And as we head in towards the next corner, we are able to just out-accelerate it just a little bit, and then we're going to slow it down mid-corner for the exit. And it's not going to be long until a certain Dodge comes and joins in the fun here. And if that Dodge starts looking for a way past the Miura, that might have to start defending. When they've got to start looking backwards as well as forwards, that's a difficult time. We will run up the hill. Once again, it's exactly the same as it has been every lap this race. Send the Lambo the long way round. Oh, okay, that one got a little too much. I understand. I do apologise, that one. It's a lot closer now, though, even with the slight bump. Are they going to? They're not going to quite hold it, but they're going to cut underneath, and I'm going to have to defend down here. We are early on the brakes. The Lambo's going to want to cut underneath, but it still just cannot quite do that. It's not quite able to get alongside. There's going to come a point where I run out of skill, or I make a little mistake. Honestly, that missed shift should have cost me. The Lambo ran wide at turn 1 and couldn't make the most of it. We slide out the final corner. We've pulled away from Rusky. That helps us. It just gives us a little bit of a breathing space down here. Is the Lamborghini going to dive at turn 1? It's definitely a lot closer. We're going to sort of shepherd it to the outside. There's plenty. There's a Lamborghini space on the outside. We once again park it on the apex. I mean, it's not helping my lap time. We're certainly slowing down the Lamborghini, though we are towing it down every straight, which will help it in terms of lap time. But yeah, the top 4 are clear. I'm going to hazard a guess something happened elsewhere, impossible to know. We're far too engrossed in this particular battle. Right, slow it down on the way into here a little bit. Just kind of let it coast through the mid-corner. Get on the power as soon as I dare. And once again, we are far enough away that the Lambo, it just cannot look through here. Even if we get a little bit squirrely and a little bit slidey. We've only got to go for a couple more laps. Oh, we're up onto 2 wheels. I mean, this car, I think, could roll. Given the right circumstances, it's very... Oh, the Miuras have a massive wobble. It's gone. The Miuras spun. It got on the curb on the outside, and around it went. That's desperately unlucky. That's so unlucky to have done that one. I think Rusky may have had to bail to not hit it as the Ferrari found a way past. Oh, that's so unlucky. You can tell how hard the Lambo was pushing at that point. You could tell... It was trying to say everything, because that was the point. If they were going to find a way past, that was the point it was going to be. Is either at the top of the hill or, whoa, that corner I've just gone round. Those are the two places where the Tirana was weakest. So yeah, they were trying to get a good run on the exit. You see how much my car bobbles. That's why I said I don't want to go over the curbs at Yaz particularly. I'm being wary of the curbs here as well, because you can see the car being very, very upset. That's unlucky. I mean, I mean, let's just not bin it on the final lap of the race. It's a gift. It's a gift. You never necessarily want to win races like that. You take them when you can get them, but that is unfortunate. There was a hell of a battle. It's very easy to do, though, if you have very stiffly sprung cars, which quite a lot of these might be in an attempt to try and get some grip out of them. Yeah, that is one of the real hazards. If you brush a curb, it's going to upset the car. So, yeah, Rusky's now looking for a way past for that second place. I really don't think we are the fastest car around this track. I think a good spot on the grid has very much helped us, and potentially shenanigans elsewhere may well have assisted in this one. We will... this lap is not actually very good. I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious. There's no point in me risking everything on a final lap when we've got a 2-second gap and, yeah, a relatively quick car in a straight line. So at the moment it is just make sure we get around here, don't let the cars behind get close enough. Whoa, don't go up on 2 wheels like that. Christ, now I'm taking slightly different lines, dumb things are happening. This car 100% could roll in the right conditions. 100% would go for a tumble in the right conditions. You can see how far it's getting on 2 wheels, and this is a car on sport tyres, not even on the grippiest of tyres that it could be on. We will head through here, and we will bounce over the curb a little bit there. All is fine. All is fine for us. We can launch it over that one. It gets so unsettled. And then we will head around the final corner. Don't miss a shift on the run to the line. It is going to be a victory for the Tirana. A fantastic race, incredibly unlucky for Speed Slap there with, yeah, just a spin on a curb trying to find a way past. Jesus, the Camaro was mighty fast. So we had actually very, very good competitive speed. We were right up there amongst some of the fastest cars, but nothing had an answer for that Camaro. Jeez. That's impressive. That is very impressive indeed. Where did the Lambo end up in the end? I swear I saw its lap time somewhere, and I've now lost it. 9th. Yeah, I mean, considering a spin, and a spin in a really awkward place is unfortunate there. Yeah, great race. Great race. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Yeah, we started on pole. We battled almost the entire race. I will take that. Yeah, tricky conditions, but definitely a track that worked for my car. I was able to defend very easily is probably the wrong word, but yeah, I was able to just defend for a lot of that. In the end, it would be the Ferrari that got second. Rusky would have to settle for 4th, 3rd. Very close, only a couple of tenths in it for them. Well, we move on to the next one. For our third And final race of the day, we have come to Homestead-Miami. Ooh, we've got another nice spot on the grid, not quite as good as it was to start with, but we might be able to do exactly what we did at Kyalami here. Oh, I don't think the BMW knew there was a Tirana sneaking up the inside. I don't know. I don't think the BMW can see us, actually. That could be an issue. We will wait and find out. The fact that the BMW didn't move from any of the contact suggests it may not see us. That is not what I want to have to try and deal with. But we have got... I mean, it's a great start for us. This is going to be a difficult... I don't think it can see us, which is going to make this pass really difficult. I don't know. Tough to say. I don't know why I would expect a car to defend through there if it could see us, but we'll have to wait and see. So, Shadow is very quick through the corners. I'd expect that with the Clio. That is, yeah, unsurprising, really. Ooh, we are going to try and pull that one up in time. No, it can't see us, I don't think. Although we should be able to... I don't know, maybe... It's, yeah... not sure. Either way, the difficult part is done. We are clear, and we are going to have to deal with a Clio. Now, I said this before I started this race, and it's probably... Oh, no one can see me. Yeah, no one can see me. That's fun. I love this invisible car glitch. I don't know who the mid-pack's going to be able to see me now. We've filtered back into traffic. I mean, we've lost a bunch of places. Goodbye to Liam's BMW. We have got straight line speed here. Right, we will head down here and try and get stopped. And I'm just terrified now of every car around me. So, okay, Shadow can't see us. I don't think Mitbull can see us. I mean, hopefully the Lamborghini can see us. Apparently, in the previous race, the two cars behind, Rusky and Oil, they couldn't see me. So they were just watching a Lamborghini take very weird lines because we were fighting. But, yeah, they couldn't actually see the Tirana. So, I mean, you gotta love Forza sometimes. And, yeah, right. I mean, if I can do exactly the same pass on the Beamer, basically, if I can outrun that car in a straight line, that makes it really easy. I can't really pass it in a corner because I don't trust that it'll know where I am. But I don't think I can trust anybody that they will know where I am. But if I can get the pass done down here quickly enough, I should have enough overspeed to do this before it affects me. The only issue is I am a bit wobbly through these corners. Oh, no, I like this track. Weirdly, this is one of the tracks that I'm better at. But, yeah, it's difficult through these corners to really know. Oop. We got a big twitch there. The MR2 is going to pass on the inside, and that is going to go. I am also... we got a bit squeezed there. There was just about a Tirana's width for me on that one, but there was not much more than a Tirana's width. The MR2, I think, may be a little too fast for us. Well, yeah, nothing can see me. It's just, well, I don't know. It's weird. The collisions that are going on here are not quite... Yeah, no, nothing can see me because I'm not actually affecting the car that I'm racing against here at all, which is very frustrating. I mean, we should be in the lead of the race. We should be battling Shadow at this point. Now, I'm going to try and go to the inside, and I'm going to take... The problem is I can't brake late, particularly down here. Okay, well, at least the BMWs can crash into each other, and that's fine. So we're in fourth. Now, we're on our own in fourth. Basically, my choices are have a boring race where I drive around on my own, but have a safe race, or have a race where we play vision roulette as to who may or may not be able to see me through this one. And I'm slightly the difficulty for me is my car is not good in the corner. My car is an acceleration car, right? So in these corners, my car is a bit of a handful. Now, in a racing situation, I can annoy other vehicles. Basically, I'm very difficult to pass because my car's fast enough in the corners that it will... be difficult to... You can't just drive around the outside of it, right? Because it's got a bit too much speed in the corners. However, they can't see me, so they will just take their normal line, and I will... the game will sort this by just firing me off the circuit. I'm not sure if Liam can see me. We haven't really had much experience with that M3 as to whether it can or not. I'm going to work on the assumption that it can't, and we are going to have an entirely new style of racing here. I mean, like, this could be a fun game mode if I was trying to do a silly challenge, not trying to actually do some good racing. I don't know why. So we have to. I mean, I don't know. I think we've talked about it in video. Basically, to try and prevent this bug, what we do is we do a one-lap test race. Well, let's say it's a test race, but we do a one-lap race with everybody in the lobby, and the hope is, and the theory is, and it normally used to work, on the most part, the one-lap test race would allow the vehicles to be able to see each other better. It doesn't guarantee a fix. It doesn't guarantee everyone can see each other, but it generally works better. But yeah, apparently today, especially for me, it is not working properly, at least. The good news is, we definitely are, I think we are definitely faster than Liam. We are able to pull a little bit of a gap, which is what we want to do here, and just stay away from all the other cars. Yeah, our best chance is to outrun Liam and hope nothing behind can really catch. It's a shame, because I think we could have had a fun race, and I think we could have annoyed Shadow and Speed Slap up there with the battle for the lead. Corrupt is going chasing off after them. I clearly cannot match that MR2 for pace. That is just a bit too quick. But we're certainly not too shabby. As I said, this is probably the track from today that suits my car the most, I would think. No guarantee really on that one, but well, my expectation, because a lot of these low-speed acceleration, you saw how quick my car is off the line. These low-speed acceleration zones are where it really excels. The Lambo's up to the front. Shadow has slipped back to second and is now being hunted by that Toyota. We've pulled 2.5 seconds on Liam. I think Liam may have made a mistake somewhere this lap. I don't think we were that far away or that much faster than the Beamer. We will slow down. This is the section that scares me a lot. The thing that really concerns me, I was worried going into this race. It's not been too bad, that bump. So my car is not good on the bumps. We saw it at Kyalami getting launched about. It's quite the handful, so I was really worried how it was going to behave on that section, but it's actually not too bad. We're going on 2 wheels around turn 1 here. Didn't know that was possible. We are finding new places and new ways in which to be scared, pretty much. Oh, I say please don't fall over. I guess it would be a fitting end to a fail race event if we had a I'm just going to be on my roof now moment. Okay, now use our... See, the end of the lap is when Liam closes in a little bit. This bit of the lap is probably where it's kind of better for us. Liam will be a little quicker mid-corner, and then we will get on the exit here, and then we can use our power down this section. We use our power out of the next hairpin, and that is where we are building the gap, basically. Corrupt has caught up to the leaders. Now, even if they fight, I think they are too far gone. Even if they fight a lot for a couple of laps, I can't make that time up. They're just going to be a little bit too quick for me to make that time up. Now, Ninetales is passing Liam. I don't know what Ninetales is driving. We will have to wait and see. I hope it doesn't cruise up to the back of us, because who knows whether Ninetales is going to actually be able to see us or not. It is anyone's guess on that. Oh, we are around that final section and on to the banking. Ninetales' vehicle actually does look quite fast. So that's a Ferrari Dino that's got 2 laps to make up a couple of seconds on us, which could be possible if it is genuinely fast enough. It'll probably be lighter than me. I don't know whether this is the way. I don't know whether this is the way to go. This is not the way I would build a Tirana in B class. I'd just have it on slicks at the end of the day. I'm sure if you could tune this car better, you could make this work. I feel like this car is faster than I am, than I have made it, if that makes sense. I feel like it could be, because I've gone massively over the top trying to make it handle, and it's still a bit cumbersome through these corners. It's still a bit of a handful through a lot of this lap. Okay, Ninetales isn't really caught this lap, which is good to know. They needed to have caught by like a second this lap. Well, it hasn't got to the end of the lap, I guess, and I've done that, which won't help. Shadow has slipped to third, but is still on the podium up there. Certainly no threat from me, and even if I was, by some miracle, close enough, it would be an incredibly dangerous task to try and pass that Clio. We will head through these final couple of corners. That's too much on the inside, and it's had me a terrible run through there. It's not what we wanted. Well, Ninetales would have caught a little bit with that one. Yeah, I didn't quite get the turning point right through there. It looks like we outrun the Dino down a straight, which is kind of what we need to do. It would make defending from it easier if, and it's such a big if, Ninetales can even see me. Now, around these next couple of corners, we head, and there we go. Yeah, second and a half, and I think this is where we were pulling time. It looks like Scotty with the Honda is battling with Liam back there. They're going to be far too far back to really change. It's unfortunately been a bit of a lonely race. We had two very good it seems to be the way it goes, right? We have one bit of a quiet race, whether it's the first race, second race, in this case it's the third race. We tend to have one sort of quiet, chill race and some manic races. Yeah, we had two very good races, very exciting races. And this third one has just been a lot calmer, a lot quieter. Bit of a scruffy end to the race from me, to be honest with you. Just a couple of little mistakes here and there from the Tirana with my driving and everything. Oh god, it's so bad over the curbs. That's such a sketchy corner. Looks like Shadow got close to Corrupt there, but couldn't do it. The Lamborghini is going to take victory. We will round the final corner. Not very well. Now, there's more speed in that car, way more speed than I was driving it. That was my fastest lap of the race. I still feel like there's more pace in it. 31 should be doable in that car. Don't think a 30.9 is doable. Ninetales is that 31.8 I think is doable. I think I could have and should have been doing that, to be honest. And a little bit wary of the curbs, I think, is maybe what did it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we could have beaten the Lambo there. I don't think we could have beaten the MR2. Could have maybe given the Clio a good race. We would have been very annoying to pass, basically, is what we would have been in that race. Unfortunately, we never really got to find out. So yeah, it was a bit of a lonely race in that. Yeah, gotta love a racing game where you literally can't see the cars you're racing against. Well, there we go. Outside of that, it has been good fun. I mean, I like my Tirana. I expected to like my Tirana. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community section. The Versus Community sign-up section, sorry. And you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.